every so often the concept of reading and paying attention to versus ignoring and paying no attention to reviews of your work pop up. And I've never heard a better, more succinct summary of what I think is the most effective way of dealing with reviews than I have heard from Mr. Mark Manson. And I'll share that with you up next in this episode of the VO Heroes podcast. So we do this work, whether it's acting or voice talent work or writing, we do this for any number of reasons. Not the least of which is the adulation that we can receive from a receptive audience, from an enthusiastic group of fans. On the other side of the coin, there are times when people have varying opinions of our work. And with the sort of ease of use and anonymity of the internet, people are not shy about sharing those opinions. And sometimes those opinions are supportive. Sometimes they're neutral. Sometimes they're destructive. They're insulting. They are hard to both accept and then wrap your head around what to do with them. And Mark Manson said something that just puts it all in a nice little package from my perspective as to what to do with the reviews that you read. I have a fairly unique approach to this. I pay all kinds of attention to the positive reviews. You know, I love having people say nice things about me. It helps my mental health. It helps my esteem. And I totally ignore the negative reviews. Mostly because I've noticed that the negative reviews are wrong. No, I've noticed that the negative reviews deal with things that often the audience doesn't have any sort of idea about what they're opining about. I recently listened to the audiobook of Wicked. And one of the reviews that popped up in the very beginning, I was reading through the ratings and the reviews on it. They said that the narrator had no idea of keeping all the voices separate. I actually was incredibly impressed with John's ability to keep the voices separated, even aging the voices from, the youthfulness to being adults. Throughout the book. It was stunning to me. So I tend to just completely ignore negative reviews for a number of reasons. And hopefully you've heard me say that if you've taken any of my courses and we've talked about, or you've been in a workout with me and we've talked about reviews. I always say, yes, accept the good ones, enjoy them, consume them, be nourished by them, and completely get rid of the negative ones. Ignore them. Don't worry about it. If you're a professional, there's very little that an audience member can say to you that is going to change your approach or help you in any way, shape, or form. So let me just give you the summary that Mark Manson came up with in his newsletter recently that I read. He said, free yourself from the prison that is other people's opinions. And I looked at that and I said, oh, good writing, Mark. This is compact, it's easily transportable, it's awesome, and it embodies everything about what could happen to us if we start to believe, A, that what people are saying is true, and B, that it matters what other people think. This ties into the notion that I've presented here before of, if you're doing this work, I hope that you're doing this work for one person and one person alone, and that's you. I used to say on my radio show, I don't do this radio show for the audience, for any member of the audience, because I have audience members who have all kinds of opinions. And if I do something that one part of the audience likes, I can guarantee you that another part of the audience does not. And if I move over to try and change things so they like it, well, then this people that like the original version, they won't like it. So that game, I don't want to play that game. So I do my work specifically to make myself happy. If it happens to make the audience happy, great. I'll be rewarded for that. I'll be remunerated for that. If it doesn't, great. I don't care. I really don't care whether I tick off one part of the audience and make another part of the audience happy. I'm happy for those people. I couldn't care less about the people that don't agree with me. The opinions of others. And whether it be the audience or peers or people who train you. Like people, you come to me for my opinion. If you don't like it, I'm not going to sit there and go, well, why did you even ask me? I don't, listen, I'm offering you what I'm offering you. If it helps, great. If it doesn't, please find somebody who will help you. I want your success. But I don't want people to get locked in a cell worrying about reviews. Whenever I see posts on social media about, check out this review, and it's scathing, and they post it, I don't know, so that people will say, no, you're great, no, don't worry about it. Yeah. I just look at that and I go, man, that was like a waste of my 3 minutes, and I'm not going to get those back. I avoid negative reviews. The moment a review goes negative, I move on to a next one, if I'm even reading them at all. I was pleasantly surprised one year to find out that there were hundreds of positive reviews for one of the books that I've narrated. Didn't know. And very few negative reviews, which didn't matter one way or the other. Let me repeat the phrase one more time, and then I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Free yourself from the prison of other people's opinions. Tell me in the comments below. And by that I mean on VOHeroes.com, where the conversation is nice and calm and respectful by rule. Hit the like button if you like what you're seeing. You can subscribe to the channel. You can click on the notification bell and get notified when the next episode comes out. And if you know of an actor or a voice talent or a writer, you are my peeps. If you know of another one who could hear this message and maybe benefit from it, feel free to forward this on to them. I'd love it if you'd do that. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I will see you in the next episode of the VO Heroes podcast.